Sa play 170 play no ebaya na ama ebaya de din ebaya obi eno me ba go obi say enti play no na me wiem na ne tie say ye no decide say obaga na be sesa tie na na nkomo ho a esese yebisa sa asem no ena ohwoboku obi e ka kire aban say da bi sa asem we ontimi nya no watra sa aban hwehwem na asem ho a esese aban edi nchechire mu ba eno achi ne ehu sa aban di video bi abeto abontene abrofo bi a omo anyway Ahmed International yes a flight in Ejina Kokrokoo International Airport for maintenance ene ehonsem ye ba be di sa nema we ehon komo na afi ye tie so adwenkyere but before that ma yemfa seda ema enyumaku a omada roma ye di dwumadie ebremo APC eno African afawa for ena afi happy delight eno so ye healthy care a healthy life for pamcho healthy life ena or the happy delight abadwa so ni APC omada roma ena ye de ebremo na no pay MTN se mimisa o say open smart way a obetimi e dey your business na woni o business partners nyina montemu entity ana ontemu entity dia eno ani MTN. It's time to live seamlessly with MTN's eSIM. Enjoy the ultimate convenience of multiple numbers on one phone, switching seamlessly without swapping SIM cards, and activated instantly from your home or my MTN app. You can now experience enhanced security with an embedded eSIM that can't be stolen or damaged. Plus, you get to play your part in contributing to a greener planet. Just dial *06#, *#06#, check your phone's eligibility and download my MTN app to go seamless with MTN eSIM today. If you have more enquiries, kindly call 100 or contact any of our digital channels. MTN, everywhere you go. Ayadome, Maje.
Yeah.
Since I mean, no, you piano power, you piano jubium. Now, what is it?
Yamiadomo.
Yeah, there are the
and say last week now when you have home.
Pacho.
A kakra. Memo Yako,
Medase. That's a part.
You're better not say. And so you're being ye no high.
You're better than Najo. You're better than Najo. You're better than Najo. Uncle Joe.
Yeah, Nana.
Majo, my matching, the video Majo.
Now, one cry in here.
And you fetch me.
One cry. Good for you don't tip on it.
Oh, there be
no way design. Anyway,
good up there coming away fine pa. Money tagging and I'm in a way fine.
Sap Pepe. That's an uncle Tomika and your baby.
Your baby.
Mentia with you for any what you hope social media for and pay.
Ya metias. Ebe. Manjaze.
Cardinal.
That is like
Nankupa enough from there.
Fianam say, Papa Mama Nan Quancocha, there was anyway, made himself the way be when he discuss much. My man fan number one, no more. I mean, see what adventure. Now, you moon or man penny. Ja, or since Mara, is here e-levy co, betting tax a co. I would say COVID no so maybe subsequent budget na no so ebeba na no so ebeko any idea. What do you make out of that budget na no so ebeba na no so ebeko any idea? What do you make out of that?
Yeah, I'm say message share what here phobia. Na me stress yes komo aba na e friend aba na edibi. The current development idea me say cocaine sense maba and can normally for the make cocaine is on your manase but they say a fasika sound no metti ho keto e fio because we are na aja ma kochra de also me kochra de we are na me kwan down me kochra de
because me nimsenko bi it is good table so on mark ma o mo mpacho kone kohwe
enemy tie course na eba ja
to we are no akohwe
enti we are na that to tax na yatete so no na ye fi ho no yeah I mean can say Sir cocaine cases a follow spectacular pattern be. Now Brunbeka say we are now fleeting headlines, not zero accountability. Now, always we call for a public audit on seized items. Now, you could be say it is sort of economic and research policy. The position you have to do about Sadi. Now, anytime it is answer same way, you far into politics, but not seminar. I basa. Now we can't pay say yes play no pilot no be say no da. Naja operate be also obesi. Afi bi say na fu so enim. What is answer where I hadwin. Until na near can say there should be a public audit on the seized assets of all cases are related to these issues. And idea, meka kakra wo. You yemra ye issue ani discussing on the reforms are abai. Aban bia de opesika and ode ejuma. Na ye share this year ye budget ha aban de be tuja. Osesika na osi yenya ye de ejuma about 225 billion or so. And ohwe e de ejuma. Now ohwe the tax component a woman tax revenue na almost about 189 billion or so. And unkwa ne fit tax oba. Until far all the items na about 5 or 7 different items na buying no onya revenue efi. Onya be the fee taxes on income and properties. Onya be fee taxes on goods, domestic goods and services. Onya be what international trade taxes. Onya be so fee others and grants and refunds. In fact, about Wungwa say this whole year no Ninyina cost through over last year projections are Odebetuja. Na I say ye cool NDC almost manifest on Betuja no. No much mu say over betete taxes no. Ebia ehun hia no efi ho. Na institute America ho asem ya ye research kakra ye hu say saban tete sa enyuma no taxes nyina efi ho a tax revenue no between 5.5 to 7.1 billion you be isu o minor e be hwere already yen kan hu say US aban e de cut biaba 10% of import taxes e basa o minor nyoma de call amano so cotton e be expensive ma to one sha unya crofo revenue pen unya before sa semi bano and you who say USA so omo funding no ya be cut enti obroni be ka say we should expect physical shock ahead sans me betoja e wo say oya ban ujina yie na em say ye the adesha manifesto mu a e wo say obomode na odiso entaban no also obomode na what it is so where you say taxes nyina na kame de we asam bizanze una also we bu man na opel revenue also be nyina fi o ma man no ho aheha ma obren ka say e be ma short term relief na me fa figures bi wo ha a ya di hu juma about waivers no sika ye ba be hwere o man Ghana. Now, Opeja Bibi Okan Biwo name budget name paragraph 258 paragraph I or say first of all I or say we will abolish the electronic transfer levy of 1%. Ninso Sony say oyesa tax ne efiwa in the budget no or no estimate or this shame na almost 500 and something million. But your estimate is about 517 or so million. They be fisa budget name.
500 as sikanki benya free 11 numana.
Yes.
Enti oyi ana just 500 no ko.
Enti yebe adini nyina na ebuska. Ebet mashiri.
Okay.
Good. Afoba paragraph 258 I Also, we will abolish the 10% withholding tax in winning from lottery. Now, Ubesha, yen estimating between 80 to 100 million or so. Saisikana, ebefiho. Now, Ubesha, sa taxi, I say 2023, the gaming industry, contribute to about 78 million. Now, Oba paragraph, the same paragraph 258. Yeah, no so customer no here be abekonyafi. I. Also will abolish the emission levy on industry and vehicles. Ampa a buy sign so be yefio. Sika sign enna yebeshri. I'm say kana yina na ya da battery ni kakra na yati ase sika na be say emodu. Na ebi kase sai emission levy na eni ho. Ebinu se wo ho. Ye fa ne se wo de wo ho. Ye estimate no almost about 450 million annually. And a bit me ye fi ho. Ben kan say ye wo COP 28 agenda climate issue ho. Ye ren fear. Yen share the same paragraph II. Also, we will abolish the VAT on motor vehicle insurance policy. Ya ewo ho a obedi ho adanse eni ho so a obedi ho adanse. Yen fa ne say ewo ho. Abane so ye fi ho. Yen estimate no ya to din say obetimi alusu almost about 1.4 to 5 to 2.8 billion out of that. You be calculation, you know. Afiyamra the other one on COVID levy. These two levies, let me say explicitly, no, budgeting. Now, also obey levy nefi ho, the COVID levy, health recovery levy, the same paragraph, and I. Now, ye estimate, no, say oyifi ho, sika obetimi ashre about 2.8 billion, and also or minor yeshre ho. Yen fasa items in na fan tuja. Ne yen fan en calculate yen fan count. We are looking at 5.5 between 5.5 to 7.1 billion. And also sa tax yifi ho a e wo se ehre. Yo, no maya ye ho ent to ye. Revenue no ye nyabi omani mpo. Ne de ye adwuma. We dey on also be bu aban. Se o se oyisa nyuma nyina afi ho a. Na e wo so tumi kire ye kwan a se oyi fi ho a. Ye betibenya a similar amount ediva be share your expenditure nim. Because near all bow other funding grants and support no USA or say me fa mobium. But
wahwe nea oyi free mu nyina no budget no mu no aban ankyere kwan foforo obefa so a obe raise revenue wa ankyere kwan bia wo so.
Well, or the other nyoma bia to kwan a afena obe implementing. Or can it be about mining companies or be increasing another way from 4 to about 6? This is a difference of 2. Okay. And no, I feel or send you be obedient to na kwemu ama other revenues no ebi aba. And also ewo because e di nkomo some ye kan ye bisa se ne sunsun so and saying
obi so baby say o hwe bibi ti say mining sector alone na say obenya 2% bi di akane e ho dada no ho a sika e free mining sector nkasa kra nyi sika keto anti compared to 11 no ebi so a oto obo kakra nka abun say 11 no from kra
ya yen hwe Daniel 7 kakra a lot of investors in coming to the country. Okay. Now, ka woman 4% so ntia. Open crofo will brace on be dom sika be share industry name. Aboa woman, konya revenue more. Are you not deterring other investors? Investors kwa omo kitom sika on dey ball ma be pay nyuma dia ye no. So two omo dey mo, watch the other side of the equation.
Say the other side nso be a bit me abo ba ko ne what is this tax refunder or yeah say me pe right name na mo de to so say your tax refund sika esen ka de ko na what is so de amamo no say no so obenya na back e de ahye wo
afi osha refunder last year refunder about almost 8 point something afi the target swati at by 5.5%. Refund portion now can was me. A swati. The target and Casan. What is so? Now revenues are a kino and also bending. Yo, I say Sabi, Yenano, your first of mine, a bit too pon na koye. Na ye din komo the social aspect of this gaming issues. Yeah. Na se ubu mai na de biano aya na ye kan sem na ye san so e de solution so se bi en kan to ho keke. Ye be fa kwan ben so yetimi a raise revenue. Me de e kwan a ye revenue yetimi e hwe no the leakages a bebo modern ya block sa kwan no na your expenditure no so no ya rationalize no ya make it say ya make sure say your expenditures be a be very careful because they will reduce revenue close to about 7.something billion tax on the imports Ecosro US major trading partners with them say your export position cry me van 100%. You want to be 40% or so. Inti expect say abai bit much kwanya obetime the revenues no bi abeka ne ye hwi ho abehim etima ye project ho. Inti yo physical shocks ahead. You expect say abai managing this economy no. You bit ho kwan be fa so a sa taxes ye kasa ye e ba yem say o sham say ye de ba wie na fe system no won say mo ye din kakra a short term relief a short term but in the long term we have a lot of issues
really
yeah
Mate but I say short term or say long term or say medium term or good for na wodwom mona mo wodwom angejo
Yeah, Binia.
mona mo wodwom
Let me say, Prof Akabibre, na ye for the trading community ni there. Abanye announcement say obeyi sa taxi safe hono. It was a welcome news to us. Na ya dia ya first because one of the major challenge okrum ha no for ye facing is the cost of doing business. The cost of doing business in the country was so extremely high. Say me see competition now. Meaning okoyi nema port tema port says here cumulatively no you are paying over 55%. So just imagine so I cried them about $100,000 at backroom her. You are paying a duty component over $55,000. Ain't coupled with that no you look at the charges I report no apart from that over oko your banking so ko bobi say edijuma you are paying interest rate almost about 35 to 40%. Ufriwa uba your VAT component aspect so it's almost about 22%. Inti kromuha no businessman and I can put my hand on my chest can comply to our tax regime. Compliance level is extremely low as a result of our tax position. It's a tax position in Dano because 55%, 100,000, no could you do to be 55,000. Even cardless quite the West. What talk about baby at $2,000? Now I buy say, yeah, need to invoice value, yeah, need to now use home delivery value. Home delivery value, which say, yeah, canon, near ton $40,000. Into what or 2,000. I depreciate by maybe 5 years. No, we turn about 2,000-3,000. Yeah, fine, yeah, Juma. Then we won't deliver value. They calculate duty amount. Who will comply? And until now, we are losing traffic to our neighboring countries. Since Kotogo traffic, Nancy Kotogo, come port here. the traffic at Togo port. Ghanaians are patronizing it. Oh, here, yeah, port, FX, quite Togo port. But Ghanaians are patronizing Togo port. As you live here, but if you you didn't hear for us. You have for us to say, because we see any cashless economy. The economy is cashless. You know, no more cooking tampo to buy here. Or the Sika go phone so. Now say, no, be the Sika be Bremen 35,000 Ghana cedis from Akosumo here. Your calculate E-levy was almost about 400 Ghana cedis. Or say for Sonia was 1,000 cedis. Now, Uncle Beji 400 Umudia, scanning now or no abe to Kababeji. So why have you positioned your tax regime? Said it will be difficult for even the cashless system to operate. Uji Nipano 400. Uji 400 was 35,000 Ghana cedis. I was saying for Sonia 1,000 cedis. Yen no more moody dry war, Omoko, Norfolk, to by any bunch in Yamay. Not they be a comfort at Tataum because scanning it almost. They scan the uniform so. So, Odru Kintamposo ko use can out of nearby Yatin levy. And as Sasikano, I mean, in your majority say you don't tax people's capital or taxing interest. You don't tax people's capital. That's kind of the corner. Is there a capital on interest? And at the cascading effect, now was when a high age at the phone say Sikabakuna a bit to cover 5 times in a day. Na bibi obedu bia no yete no the cascading effect me the sika even my brand na 1,000 Ghana cedis
ba fa kakra kan na 1,000 dey enso no pe
say you are someone no
isa fa kakra kan
na so me dey prof ka na me man 800 should na ati no prof so me baby was school me na the same scanner equal kwanyina na yetete no into the cascading effect na hard say in fact tama omu ko apro no the two parties nyina omu nyina dey to just say omba be yefi no we welcomed it say adepa so it's a welcome news to us you see inti ba prof kan bibi say e kwan person na e be fa so enya sasika na ye hwe no e kwan ni prof mu nyina ka de bia omu ka so the implementation is a challenge mo say yen why the tax net no. So if Cecilia, as I'm talking to you, no tax net no always about 30%. Yeah, woman na ye komubu. Sa 70 no more want no. Ye nyimu 30 meka who said sasika na ye hwe no. Ye nyana. So what are we doing to widen our tax net? They be widen the tax net. No more beka na moko, wa beka na moko. E kwan ben so na ye fa so a widen sa tax net no. Enu ni asem say to me widen a tax net no. Na say enipa 70 no mu go abonti na omo nka tax net no. E be enyamu 20 po e beka na 50 a. Prof me say e be ko enim. These are some of the things we should be looking pragmatic way because we are losing business big time. Business are suffocating. One day better make business bank at the rate of 40%. No didra, no our survival. Is it? Now say you say MC fear the you could share MPC for no monetary policy committee for no. And then you edin come say now say policy rate what be jam cost. Now policy rate to cost obviously affecting interest rate. Because banks in there margin on budget. But they do that to curb inflation. So what you say inflation drop now still na policy rate no interest rate no be into coronation no these are the questions we should be asking. Say who you sue policy rate to curb inflation. Now say nyame ya do na inflation say na crime no inflation am almost 22.something%. And say I drop there it should have effect on our interest rate. You call commercial banks say kobo bisia say bafo. So be general 40%. On our interest rate. You call commercial banks say kobo bisia say bafo. So be general 40%. Na dua di ni be na bako dua at the rate of 40% per annum. Now we maximize the profit. We break even. Now we expand it na ejuma mu. Enti sa enema na aban ye say oye from ye hu ahen ye no. Ye di tumu say adepa. Na sa gold they buy no. You need to say if that part of the economy is doing well, na some bit people can cry because once upon a time, aban by say ni ho chire no, onye sika kakra ya de na onye be din komo. So this some special levy be airport. Because when yes sika na in the next 3 months you call wages and salary won't meet you. Ya di tumu. And I say when the sun sets obey ye flow so mo hin ha mo up to na me no cause na sun na set yet. So 2% yeah, you see almost up jam say almost they call 2028 they do no be ye fuel. At every point in time, omo can you say if the gold market is doing very well, Now buy so big from more at the saw the economy so I think it's a welcome news that we all have to welcome it.
Okay, I angajo me pese ye anope buagana for ne ente mo ase mo na mutijum mo na eja directly o has economy e shemonsa because mo na mo turning them around emayen your tax system no saying na ya ye no a ehamo na den na munya ya saying na munya ya nka yenya no so man say be ma mo ho aton no matumi atua mo na dey build o man no
minya a tax system no yen wide tax net no one yen miem na omo gu abonten no obi antu but say the tax regime net no enye there's no parity in our tax regime. Just for example, VAT component and 22%. And in the same VAT component no there were 3 layers. One omo more standard rate almost 22%. 2 you omo or flat rate almost 4%. 3 you omo need threshold no they below the threshold omo do muntu ahwe me was any pa me say nyina e wo market space no enti me shop ni me nua shop ni pa me nsa me meje a standard rate of 22%. Me next shop standard flat rate 4%. The next shop on the muntu ahwe nana oba kroma why dey no better
mo nyina nso moto ade ba
the same item
ya me ni me ma ho
you need to the same electrical side, you need to the same item. So back one register standard, input output. Back they say flat rate or 4%. Back they say only amanu 200,000 you are below the threshold. But I can assure you say never be a table topper every 200,000 Ghana cedi. So that's once upon a time any ban do translate late ban do. The measures be by that's brilliant one. Or the tax stamp be by. Say table top for no cano. And their challenge was a friend is saying table no and then Obana say table ni wa no obi odija he's making so much money on the tabletop because of all 200 that are not trained over as a tax no obi and that was the excuse but omo implement here no ema revenue kakaba kronu let's look for other ways yebebo so nipa no ka no bana say when say the tax number be on table no and need say me so metua bibi kakra. So these are some of the things we expect, but that threshold now 3 layers no and more compliance very now finance minister kasa no I say the target is compliance. I say the main target is compliance, but compliance cannot go up when your position the tax component is extremely high. Nobody will comply. People will always look for ways and means. And so what are we doing to ourselves? Yes, people go around to go and shop for agent of Emmanuel cheaper deal to clear his goods. I didn't see the same because the same item will be to clear 20 cedis. The same item will be clear 10 cedis. The same item will be clear 5 cedis. So obviously, when you come to the market space, will be there for change. Into these are the things. Say, tax regime knows if we can do some reforms, rationalizing, say, hey, we are 6% go abroad 6%. Since 1997, Mr. said me could Dubai. Our exchange rate was 3.5 to 3.6. Up to today, time look at say Ejabebejana. Amudaram. Ejabebejana. Meanwhile, Dubai didn't know produce. Tourism attraction area. What I say? Into Argentina, yes, 20 million Sanem. You were a never be brewa. Nana say, Cassia, yeah, revenue here in Ibinya.
A bit is saying.
Oh, a bit is said. A month for a FNC free zone now every 5 years. No, I cost the company's name. Free zone on tour duty free. 5 years do ya no metamorphosis was not dino. We should check some of these things. You bonded warehouses. Now a month for the number go no more ya film on tour duty no. There are so that there's so many leakages. We had an experience. A friend is saying, you remember be Enyama. Omu de kugu bonded warehouse. Ave nyame on peboni. The next time nipa no ko yi niama no na yasena custom officer no ho no na ne waba fro onim ho hwe afa no mo sisi niama no meanwhile dwadini no etwa ne duty. These are the leakages as it means so anu and yes we enye new thing we all know it's an open secret yenim enti enema bebe ho say aban etimi ya enhye bi du kwan mu a ebe ma compliance no akosro na baby ama mudi mu tax na ko gina no anu odin anu ohye enti yes na yes ma cry media ma cry friend say spare parts kaka bana component tax component ye levy about 22 line item na ko do almost 55%. So I'm going to cough off almost about 55,000 to pay a duty on the code. And growing, I mean, me say, Nana, tax is more than the cost of the item. This is the only country. The tax element of a product is more than the cost of the item. For example, the car I can was selling. I could talk about 5,000. I could charge duty by 100,000 Ghana cedis. Oh, yes.
Sebia mo so no mo under declare nti mo ya mo under value car no nti no ye ba yeso ye hwe niam no mu ayitimi hu se wo hwe ye fa ne san car ipa akojo Thompson dem a wase car we oto na abruchire $8,000 and now $5,000 akojo car nye 8,000 asem e be 15-20,000 nti oba yeso ye hwe car na ayitimi hu se car we wo ka say but car no real value ni
ebi wo musa ebi su nimsa isi efie bia mensa wo asema making na say me call US also for be Asia madam for pa so me wo jagba bi wo me no be 5,000 na fa call me friend has bisa Ghana said duty na almost 100 and something thousand say masa fa car he was giving the car to me for 5,000 Jaguar 2015 na me bisa duty na over 100 times say offer the car ntenye say we undervalue over ebe utimi ko toniam utimi ko share na bi so no we sales na me ko US na say me ko share South Victoria's Secret perfumes
ozo tu kwan pa o
Victoria's Secret perfume na ebo ho $50 something. Omo ko sales me nya bi $12 me nya bi $15 nti me bedru airport I say o there be me check it online no $50 something. But that's my event saying WTO say use transactional value. For transactional value my duty. Don't use home delivery value.
Ebe dey imagine mo dey mo dey be amoko amunya sales. Dey be amoko nya sales.
E won conduct you conduct na adeni boy say. Na net dey my duty. You don't go on the net to give us duty. What I say? Nipa need na adenti na most suspect say dwedini dey be amu yakronfo. Na aban na obu ye komu no de. So there must be a balancing act. There must be a meeting point between ye and ye aban no. Heaven in oh, it say open say compliance e koso dia ma tax rate no so no emra form ema dwadifo no ye hu hin han ya me nyi ni say dwadini bia be hye daka say me dem bebu aban essence me ntua because of where you have positioned your tax no entertain bia no na dwadifo no mo hwe ways and means to clear their goods it na emre draw say ye do on mine no na on mine so do in sense say ye nkofo mpenyifo na mo di enim no omunim nema we nyina but the hard way no they don't want to go there and any a challenge kakra
mate sikasem fo mi no studio ha no pay Professor Isaac Buadi and Joseph Badi yeah mummy no nya bote only chance munya bote baba
yeah me fa we chanto na let me say oman etihye ne year ever boy me ka inefficiencies a dozen. You see no kwan anka ne ka yen kanene na ne ka se o ka bi about policy rate on say a cost repair good afo na aban ko sinkonya ba ku call from the yanko sinkonya interest ko si kono jina kwantie ya tete taxes ya boy ensem you pay job ba ko cost no omne governor ko sinkonya say we dey entiase a true baby. You see, when you're a manager of an economy, problems bar your ability to solve and find out those solutions, and make you as a good manager. Yeah, say na ye nim say USA Bekati aid, ni nim. External shock and a buy. Na ye nim say Trump did a policy 10% or beba. Elwana aso ye nim de ochna ebe san beba o be say relief bia de o ma me relief a me mani beje obia be born some the amount hey ne komubu tax to na nya easy it you heading it also otiso de me bomb some the amount na yen kai projects so aka e kwan ye be fa so e be ye no ye be ne sen e ho me problem anka ye che obi asika de obi abeje be we are project na ye be ne sen e ho enemy problem inefficiencies na ya e doso onu say law bi o ho yes tax incentives I demand companies as for tax holidays there's one I friend say equity. A chess say, yeah, more holiday no. No more are buying efficiencies. Yo, a dozen. Only sell talk law be why a year and if you had. I said, Hadri. No more, never can say, I buy it and I say, what is our tax in the fuel? Yen can who say, there are other physical shocks ahead of us. Bang, now bind with us. You bet my year project. I'm an acronym.
Mate, yeah, that's an pay prof. Now, Thompson was a minute there. When you are doing,
as oh my can be kakra.
Opa can be
now Obiaba, no catch and say, a chrono say obeje COVID levy. I say a chrono. It's ye COVID levy if you're no bar, obey COVID levy and they are ye casano. Yet I have to know ye COVID levy. No, almost on by investigations into rates. Yes, I know guy.
There will be some subsequent budgets, some be.
Then subsequent budget, no investigation. Yet time now, woman. Once a profit, as I know, say COVID levy in 2.8 billion. Into who say COVID levy no, a discarbano, and no dear, oh my, ye dean, almost shrimp.
And so much IMF is over room. IMF is in town.
Almost say, almost putting things together before they will look at taking it out. We call port now, we can once all the levies somewhere, you know, there's not even a single item a woman a tax from the port. Not one. Now last we could charge duty of 56,000 Ghana cedis. Can we turn $3,000 ever US? And maybe charge duty more than the cost of the car. Now mention duty no say what is import duty and what is import VAT? Ni na here tax. Who charge me import duty of 14,000 Ghana cedis and charge me an import VAT of 24,000 Ghana cedis. They just say waka no hunkwan umpo why je be over 30 something thousand Ghana cedis. Why? And they started not today, not from even MPP last government, you know, but started actually. And we are sitting down and we are paying and we are not asking questions because import duty, import VAT, you know, they are all tax, import tax. It's a simple thing, import tax. It is a woji VAT, and the same tax are woji twice. How do you expect the person otine chia auto no goods no obetumi ayeska? And don't forget that any tax given to anybody no, it transfers to the end user. Because importer no or the tax no to so and now the tax now or be transfer money pakra on also buy better goods no, because also has to make money, also has to make profits.
But something says animal ye Kenya e ho da dansa na ban we ba.
Now one tell they American no, they say e ho before even MPB ba. In our buy neighbor no catch and say obogogo tax na ma here. So where is the tax e wo porter on mobile go? So okay, say Mahama for paper. Mahama one of his speeches no for paper. No read it. I almost 19 different taxes.
21 line items.
21 line. Ni nyina wa met me read am no. Say ene sa 21 line items no. Me da ho e ko ene ekotua wo port.
E did me bisa ni say na wo 21 line items ni nyina wo ho. Ansa na aban we ba no amfa ho odin ati say ya nka say aban nyim firi wa. Den am ani abre wo ho na say. Because say sa e wo ho da ni nyina.
Tema Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia e ko round no. Or say there are serious discrepancies in the tax system. Or say on tia say why Nana last year total tax which do you know?
I should know.
You don't know?
I should.
And most people don't know, including you and me.
I should know.
And Obiba won chances here, tax revenue authority ba won chances here. Or bubo figures be more. We be sending question or they are then brewing so bang to say